and I just wanted to show you. One of my interests is I love gemstones. Let me move this out of the way. Love, love, love. I'm going to paint my nails, so I put that there. Let me move that. Wow, it's loud. So last night I was doing some stringing, and I made some bracelets. Let's see. I did all of these. So I made myself a bracelet with some citrine, which is my birthstone, and I'm excited about that because I've never had a citrine bracelet. But yeah, I've had these beads for a while. I bought them as supplies, and I just haven't had time. And I was just feeling the need for some me time. My birthday weekend was a bit of a bummer, and we haven't celebrated with family yet, but we are still going to. And I just wanted to do something for myself. And I have many, many crystals and gemstones. This one is either amethyst or lepidolite. It actually kind of looks a little bit like both. And these are some of my beads. I'm going to make some necklaces and bracelets. I got some colored stretch magic, and I put some of my crystals here to remind me to not stress. And it's cluttered on my coffee table, but I will pick it up. And this is some rose quartz. Some of these bracelets were ones that I was wearing that the elastic had broken over time. So I think it was these guys I restrung, and this one, and this guy. These are all new, and these ones were, I left them on the deck, so they ended up, I put them in the sunlight and I forgot all about them out there for a while this summer, and they got a little rusted. So I am going to take these apart and restring them. What I'd really love to do is I would love to learn how to do the invisible knot. I watched some videos yesterday on how to do it. So far, this is the only knot I know how to make. So I don't mind it so much for me right now, but, and unfortunately, I have to buy a stretch magic thread that's a different type than the regular one you can buy. This is like the regular one. Here, let me show you. Let me see if I have it with me. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah. So this is what I have. Ooh, I have my TV on hold. Hold on one second. Wow. I really thought I turned the TV off, but apparently I paused it. So yeah, I'm excited. This guy, I saw this at the bead shop. I think I bought it last summer. And, but yeah, I wanted to share with you some of my hobbies and interests. I haven't really talked to you about it yet. I love gemstones. I love the vibes. I love how calming they are. And these are some rocks that I have collected over the years. If you ever want to start collecting gemstones, be careful. You could really, really go crazy because some stores are very, very expensive, some shops. And if you would like me to do videos on how you can find good deals on quality quartz points like this one is, ooh, look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Can you see that? Here, let me turn it this way. It is a phantom quartz. How can I put that so you can see it? But this is a phantom quartz. If you look really closely, a phantom quartz is, I have to clean this table off so bad. If you look very closely, do you see this chevron pattern inside? Let me see if I can tilt it on an angle. See? So as the crystal was growing, the outside part of that crystal, when the crystal was much smaller, before it grew to this size, outside of the crystal became coated in some minerals that were in the environment. And it looks like at this point in the crystal's development, some minerals coated themselves on the outside of this as well. Although polished crystals look gorgeous, this is not one that I would want to polish because this is chlorite. Chlorite is a green mineral. It is very, very, it just makes you feel so clear and calm. There's something like clearing about it. And a lot of my things that I'm drawn to, I just buy stuff that I'm drawn to. I've learned over the years, if you ever want to go to any kind of like new agey gift shops near you or rock shops that sell them, my tip is if you're first starting to collect little stones, go to the little pocket stone area where they have a bunch of little things like this. Because usually they'll only be a couple dollars and that will help you save money. You can cleanse it and charge it by sitting, you put it in the windowsill to get some sunlight, or in the moonlight, whatever you resonate with. I tend to put mine in the sun. And then you stick it in your pocket. And you can also make what they used to, Y2K era, called these, hey, I have one still. This is from that time. You see how they used to string these? I had to restring it once, so I'm probably going to restring it again. I've had this for 25 years. Oh my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? Tiger eye is so pretty. Tiger eye is very grounding. So yeah, just go with what you feel. I mean, it's not anything, you know, they don't have powers. Any kind of energy, that they're just rocks. Any energy that comes from them, if they do have energy, I feel like comes from a higher power. So, but yes, I live in New England. I've had a lot of new agey friends, spiritual friends, and I resonate a lot with certain things. And so, yeah, I kind of walk that line because I was raised Christian, kind of. But I love them so much. I love them and I feel them. So I am neurodivergent. I have ADHD and I probably have some autism as well. I'm working with my counselor on that. And I suppose now that I know about fidget toys and things that help you stim, I look at these things kind of like a fidget toy. And I don't know, I just love them. I don't know why. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. But yeah, when this is hematite, look at that. Isn't that cute? Little heart. Sometime soon I will bring out my wire wrapped jewelry. When I was younger, I started a jewelry making business, and it kind of got kind of sidetracked because I had a bunch of changes suddenly happen in my life and I couldn't do it. But I do have some inventory of some wire wrapped pendants, some necklaces, some bracelets that I made. This is ocean jasper. Here's a really cool one. This guy here, wait till you see this. Let me see if I can show you. You know, cameras are really funny because especially with, now look down here at this black shiny material. Let me see if I can get it in the light. Here we go. All right. Is it going to sparkle for you? Sparkles don't show up for some reason. Let me turn it this way. I actually think that might be marcasite. You can't really see it shine. You can see the crystal reflect. Anyway, this is really cool. This actually ends up having some chlorite in it. And it's funny, when I look at these crystals, I bought them because I felt called. Certain ones, as soon as I put it in my hand, I'd walk around the store, or I'd look at other things, and usually just like one would not want me to put it down, or my hand wouldn't want to put it down. and this feels so good. And it's just, it kind of looks gnarly looking. It might freak you out. If something freaks you out or you don't like it, that is your intuition or your body saying it's not right for you. This actually has on the top, let's see if I can, it's really hard in this lighting. I had to close the shades because that sunlight is coming in so bright. But let's see, can I show it to you? There is, that's my nail polish. I am going to clean this mess out. Let's see. There is a little crack, but that's okay. How can I show this? Let me look. All right. Now, if you look at this edge here, you'll see a line kind of on the side there. You can kind of see that last, can you even see that? Maybe there. There is a there you go. See this coating of clear? There you go. Look at that. So there is a couple of phantoms in here. This one near the top, and as this crystal was growing, it got, you can tell by this red that it's either hematite, marcasite, one of these iron containing minerals, because they rust when they're exposed to the environment and they become oxidized, any kind of moisture. But yeah, so as the crystal is growing, sometimes rains come in and other things, water comes into whatever cave this thing was growing in, and it brings with it, as it filters through the earth, all of these wonderful, cool minerals. And they change the way it looks. And even if you don't believe in crystals, I just think they're really cool. I have the two sides of me. I haven't really talked about my spirituality yet on my videos, but I do eventually want to branch off and do other types of videos as well, besides my working on my fixing my ADHD and making educational content for you to help you. I love this so much. I tend to pick things that I find out after the fact have iron in them, which is kind of confirmation, or very calming things like ocean jasper. Let's see if I can get this in camera. This has like, I can't ever get that dirt out of there. It doesn't show the sparkle. This is a little druzy in there. So there's a little cave of, it almost looks like quartz crystals, but look at these. Another word for ocean jasper is orbicular jasper. And ocean jasper comes in many colors. I just tend to love the green, the soft green ones. You know, they've done studies on how things influence our psyche, in our emotions, in our energy, in our body, in our health. And color, even if you don't believe in gemstones, color is something that really does affect us. And I can't wait to tell you guys about that. I've had a book all about the psychology of color. And they actually use color in some institutions to calm down patients. They use color in prisons for how they paint the walls. They will actually use this pink color, almost a Pepto-Bismol pink, and they will paint the walls that color. And for some reason, it takes some strength out of the men. They did studies with these strong young men, and they had them push weights and see how much weight they can push. I forget the measurement for pressure. I think it's pressure per square inch. Am I remember that right? PSI. So no, that's for gas. But anyway, they see how much they measured how much they can lift and how much strength they had. And then they exposed them to this pink color, a room or something that had a lot of this pink color. And I cannot explain to you why, but when they came back and they retested them and had them do strenuous exercises again, it weakened them. And I don't think they told them because it was a study. So the less that the participants know, the better, and it's more accurate. And look at this, guys. How neat is that? I have bought crystals from so many different places over the years. And most of mine are small pieces. I have some larger pieces in a box somewhere. This is something I put on my deck in a bowl of salt water because I love to cleanse my jewelry. I have just, I love salt water. And I know, look at this. Look what it did to the clasp. It's just coated in salt. I have to cleanse this. This is a, well, I can't take it apart now and I only have one hand. This is actually, it ends up being a choker on me now that I'm older. I made it when I was younger and my neck was very skinny. But this is black and green tourmalated quartz. And this was very pretty. So I'm going to try to salvage the beads, clean them up, maybe put a different, I mean, the clasp was not sterling or gold. This is what happens to my sterling. So I will, it's weird. It's weird. It's like, I know better. I know better. I know not to leave my gemstones and crystals out in the sun for a long period of time, but I was just feeling called to, and I don't know why. And I felt like, hey, you know, if some of my stuff gets ruined, maybe it's meant to be. So most of the stuff that I had out in the sun, this I actually got last year. Look at how gorgeous that is. This is called strawberry quartz. Oh my God, do I love strawberry quartz. It's energizing, but it's also grounding because what makes that pink color, I want to say it's hematite. Now, if you buy beads because you want to make jewelry and you see them online and you look at all the different kinds of gemstones, if you see strawberry quartz and it's pink, it's natural. This is a natural gemstone. That's not going to work. If you see one that says cherry quartz, it's glass. It's man-made. This, sometimes I want to call it sandstone. This is goldstone. You'll see this listed as a genuine gemstone just because they have, let's see if I can get the little sparkles. I've got stuff from art supplies all over my pants. See the sparkles? It's really hard to capture, but so back in the day, I want to say when monks were doing alchemy, I'll have to look it up to, I'm remembering this from a long time ago, so I might have the facts wrong as far as like the details, the exact time period. I think they were the monks that were trying to make gold from lead or whatever. So one of the things they did was I'm going to look this up to make sure it's correct, because I might be getting two different stories mixed up. But yeah, I have a lot of cool information that I've learned over the years. And one of the things is goldstone has been around a long time. So they will call it a gemstone and it's being used as one. But it's actually man-made. So they made some molten glass and they put, I want to say copper shavings in there. But think about it. If anybody who's ever worked in the arts of glass making or stained glass mosaics and you learn a little bit about glass, glass is basically rock that's been melted down. So I'm under the feeling that, yeah, it's a man-made thing, but it's got copper in there, guys. Copper conducts energy. I don't know if it nullifies it being in glass, so just kind of go with your own feeling. And, you know, some people get into them so much that they think that these things can cure them, and I would not go with that. If you have any kind of diseases, if you have any kind of illnesses, go to a doctor. Don't rely on gemstones. If you love them and you feel they have healing energy, use them. Carry them. There's something very calming about them. And I can't even explain it. They just feel really good. But yeah, you have to be really careful. You could really break the bank, some of them. And there are ways. And if you guys are interested, I will share that stuff with you. Here's some more strawberry quartz that I found at, where did I get this one? I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, even though I don't really want to promote them per se. Sometimes I go there because they have things that other craft stores don't. And this is strawberry quartz. And you can tell, actually this one was strawberry quartz, and this is what's confusing. You'll see a gemstone that looks very similar called lepidocrocite. And from what I understand, they have the same or very, very similar minerals in there. So I'm not sure if the two words are interchangeable. This is just black agate. This might be a painted stone. And it's too bad I left them out there because this was so cute. She was happy. This was a shiny brass thing, and look at how it rusted the beads. These ones were matte. I bought this already made. I think it ended up being some kind of peach agate. Anyway, I'm rambling about gemstones. I love these so much. This is ruby in zoisite. So the green mineral that those little specks of ruby are floating in, that green mineral matrix is zoisite. I think it's Z-O-I, Zoisite. I forget how to spell it. But yeah, this is a happy feeling stone. I like this very much. I have a pendant made out of this. I'll carry this in my pocket. There's something really happy. And both pink stones and green stones are heart chakra stones. So very healing, very lovey-dovey. This, you might be shocked to learn, this is amethyst. What? You might think, wait a minute, Sherry. You can't tell me that that's amethyst. That thing's green. It's mint green. But amethyst comes... So amethyst is a type of quartz that has certain mineral inclusions in the stone. And I want to say it's iron as well. I have to look that up. So amethyst, which these beads are, they're purple. Naturally in the earth, I can't remember what stage of development the green is, but you might see beads that have purple and green together. They're both quartz, and amethyst is a type of quartz that happens to be purple. Green amethyst is a type of quartz that happens to be green. Another word for green amethyst is praseolite. I might not be spelling it correctly, but who knew? And citrine is really heated up amethyst. If you get natural citrine, now I used an orange string to kind of bring out the yellow tones because this particular strand of citrine beads did not have as much color. It was more the clear quartz that had some of the yellow color in it. But yeah, so if you see either geodes or quartz clusters, like amethyst clusters, you might see those. And then you might see some that look so much like it, but are yellow-orange or yellow-brown. And you'll see one telltale sign is you'll see the banding. So you might see like white, and then you'll see stripes of the purple. And then what they do is, like this here, is artificially heated up. And that's okay, because it is a real gemstone. And genuine citrine, which I am leaning towards this may be. I'm not really sure. Genuine citrine is rare, from what I understand. It's much less prevalent than heated. Most citrine on the market's heated amethyst, because amethyst is very plentiful. It's easy for them to just heat it up. But I don't see anything wrong with having citrine. And other people have said that too. That's been heated up. It's not irradiated. There's no dyes. They just heat it. And that's basically how natural citrine turns yellow in the earth. Natural citrine starts off purple. It starts off purple. And through heat and pressure and all of that good stuff, the purple eventually turns yellow. But when you get I actually have some citrine points that are natural and citrine points that are heated amethyst, and I'll show you someday. To me, they have very, very different energy. There's something about the heated up ametrine that is just much stronger to me. It's just very, very active. Very energizing. And that you might not be drawn to that. You might be like, ugh, it's too much, too bright. The natural citrine is almost like a lemon yellow. And it's not necessarily bright. And it may even have a little smoky mixed in with it. So it almost looks like light yellow, lemon yellow, or smoky gray lemon yellow. So it may not look as appealing as the bright, sunshiny, orangey, heated up amethyst that turns into citrine. But it feels really nice. It's very, very cozy. Anyway, I've been rambling for a little while and thought I would share this with you. And this is why this table never stays clean. Yesterday, I was so proud of myself. This whole part of the table, which is most of it, I cleared it all off. I was so excited. And I put some of my little gemstones in here. And then to just kind of have them around me because I love them. And, ooh. Check this out. That is a rose quartz that I've had forever. Now it looks white. You know what this is, guys? This little bracelet. And I want to say the size is 4 millimeter for the round beads. You know what that is? That they'll call it. Sometimes they will call these types of beads beryl, which they are. Beryl is a type of emerald. Right? But also, so pink emerald is called morganite. Light blue emerald is called aquamarine. I'm not sure what the yellow is. So these are mixed colors, and they are basically the same exact type of gemstone as an emerald, which is a green beryl. Beryl. And sometimes if you meet some older people from an older generation, probably older than my parents, probably born in the 1920s or before, you might see some ladies with the name beryl. It's a beautiful sparkly gemstone. And this is such a lovely soft energy, especially with, oh God, guys. Oh my God. That pink morganite is beautiful, and it is so sweet and calming. And the same thing with amethyst, very, very dreamy. And also, and you can tell that I've had this for years because it's kind of gotten lighter over time. This is one of the suppliers that I used to buy supplies from. You could buy like all these strands. And this was not too expensive for me because it was wholesale. But which you can't get if you're a regular customer. But yeah, this is fluorite. I love them. Look at it. It looks like sea glass. So for me, I find it calming. But if you think about the energy that we carry around with us in our own bodies, see, I had some conflicts with this stuff because I was raised by a very scientific dad. And I'm all about facts. So I'll go, that is woo-woo. That is a bunch of BS, which is fine. You know, maybe it is. I don't know. But I also am very intuitive and I pick up on things. And over the years, I've just discounted them. And as I got older, I realized I really can't because it ends up being true. And I can't explain it. So my science side and my intuitive side are in conflict about things. And my intuitive side feels things. And certain gemstones feel very calming. But I had asked a science instructor before, I had one of these round 8 millimeter round beads, bracelets, and it became Let's see if I have one. Oops, I just knocked over. Ooh, here's a really nice little, let me see if I can show you. Ooh, let's see. Where can I show you? Look at that, guys. Look. Is that not so cool? Oh my gosh, look at, this is a pristine, look at that. That is called a phantom because it is a little crystal shadow within the crystal. So basically when this crystal was a baby, that shows where it was in its growth. And as it got bigger, now throughout all of this time, it just formed pure quartz on top of it. There was no other minerals there. That's why it's perfectly clear. But there was some kind of white mineral that created this little phantom on the inside. And what's kind of funny is, I love this. This shows one that is polished. Sometimes, especially with the clear ones, I love these polished ones. They're so beautiful. And sometimes even if they don't have cracks, sometimes you can see rainbows. But yeah, this one here came with this little card with an intention to go with the flow. So when I saw this in this little gift shop in this perfect little mesh bag that had that in it, I bought that for myself to remind me to worry less. And this is clear calcite. This is a Viking stone. They called it a sunstone, even though it's not sunstone. But the Vikings called it sunstone. I'll show you one day. I'll get some print out here and I'll show you how it does double refraction and you'll get 2 images through it. And they used to hold it up to the sky on a cloudy day and they could figure out exactly where they were back before they had compasses. What else can I show you before I close this out? This has iron in it. This I was drawn to. I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind of agate or quartz. Agate's kind of like, agate's made out of quartz too, but it's more opaque. Sometimes it's banded in layers. This is some kind of agate. And if I can get the light right, sometimes this top part, I can't see it right here, but there's a part on the top you can see through that's kind of clear. And then I found out there's a guy who comes to, like once or twice a year, there's a rock guy who comes to a local shop that I go to. And I don't know if I bought this there or I brought it back with me to ask him, because sometimes, a couple of times I've gone back and shown him something that was mine and said, hey, can you tell me what this is? So this looks like dendritic agate. And it might be considered dendritic agate. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up dendritic agate. So dendritic means dendrites. That's like little, how do you describe it? Like these lacy looking dendrites? I don't know. So these are different minerals. Anyways, it just felt really, really good. And I don't know, it's the calming white. I've never been drawn to howlite for some reason, which is a white stone. A lot of times when you see turquoise, there are some that are called turquoise that are just howlite that's been dyed. So just be aware. And turquoise it's really hard to get. A lot of times it's hard to get a solid piece. They have to, it can be fragile and they reconstitute it and they'll put resin. Yeah, it's a big thing. But yeah, I found out, ramble, that this is probably iron. See the rust? So iron. I tend to be drawn to things with iron. So I'll do story time. Oh, I think you can see it. This is what makes me think it's marcasite, guys. So in the Victorian times, I'll have to see if I can find a beautiful piece. In the Victorian and the Edwardian time, so Victorian is before the 1900s. I want to say the late 1800s, maybe 1890 to 1910 or 20. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. But 1920 and on is the Edwardian period. I went on a deep dive to learn about my engagement ring, which you'll see I won't be wearing it because it needs to be sized, and I just want to get it. I just want to make sure that I protect it, so I keep it safe. And it's not necessarily worth a lot of money, but it's precious to me because it comes from his family. But anywho, yeah, this looks like marcasite. And honestly, I don't know chemically the difference between, I know that hematite and marcasite, which you'll see in a lot of old vintage Victorian, maybe some Edwardian jewelry, they have this mineral. They'll call it marcasite, and it will look very like mirror-like. And even though when you buy hematite, it can be polished, this might have a coating on it to make it that silver, because it seems like that color doesn't look right. Let's see. Do you guys want me to make videos where I show you how to make jewelry? So this is hematite. Hematite's actually a metal. And I'll tell you the story sometime of how I actually became open. I went from a cynic who thought it was a bunch of BS, but I just liked jewelry because I worked at Claire's and I didn't care. And I'm like, I don't care. It's cheaper than therapy and it looks good. So it doesn't work. No big loss. But the first one I ever bought was, they called them power beads. And they looked like these back then. They had this big ball here and then this tail. And I bought one of these. Oops, knocking things over. And hematite. And it felt really weird, guys. I didn't like how it felt. That was my body, my intuition, my feelings telling me it wasn't right for me at the time. They're not going to hurt you. They're just gemstones. You know, some of them are irradiated to get specific colors, like blue topaz is irradiated. Both light blue topaz, which is, I think, the December birthstone, as well as London blue topaz. Topaz, for the most part, starts off as clear, and they irradiate it. But from what I understand, it is safe. I am very curious to find out. I have a lot of questions about that because it's irradiated, right? So yeah, but guess what? There's radiation in our environment that we're exposed to all the time. And now, especially with cell phones and microwaves, and yes, maybe they're safe, but we're always exposed to them. They're in the earth naturally. Quick tip, if you ever get dark smoky quartz, if you see smoky quartz and it's really dark, I've always been kind of freaked out by them. I don't know why. I just didn't like them. And then I found out that they're clear quartz that have been unnaturally irradiated by man. And I don't know, I just didn't like them. And there is natural smoky quartz and I will get some, but I don't have any here with me. I do with my downstairs. I'm going to have to bring all of my jewelry making supplies up. I have cabochons. I have all kinds of cool, pocket rocks. Some of them I bought really small so I could wire wrap and make them independents. I'm obsessed with hearts. I think this one was called Purple Jade. Who knows? It is very calming. Trust your feelings. I do know what a lot, because this, you might hear me talk about on this channel, special interests. If you are new to learning about autism or ADHD or both, a special interest isn't the same thing as a hobby. it's when it's the only thing you want to do. Like, you will not even want to eat. You'll be so obsessed with this new thing. Or, well, for me, because I have ADHD, my interests cycle. And making jewelry and gemstones, just, I have so many books on them. So many books. I would go through phases that all I cared about. And I learned, like, I could tell you stuff about all these different stones, minerals, like what mineral family they come from. I'm getting kind of rusty. I haven't looked at it in a while. But yeah, just like me telling you that this might be marcasite and not hematite, you know. And I'm a science girl too. My science side is just like, pfft, yeah, they have energy, but that's woo-woo. Well, who cares? I feel like, don't go crazy. If something's $200, don't buy it. Don't do it. There are certain gemstones that are pretty much good for everyone. Amethyst is one of them, I would say. I don't know anyone who has an aversion to it. Oh, I never told you the story. Do I want to get in this? This has already been 40 minutes. Yeah, I had my first bracelet became magnetized from me wearing it. It freaked me out. Freaked me the bleep out. My watches were dying. I'd buy a watch. I put it on my left, and it would die. I would change the battery. It would die again. I'd buy another watch, and it would die. And the light bulbs would die in my house, in my room, nowhere else, just where I was, and my childhood room. And then when I moved away and I got married, at certain times in my life, it happened again there. And my ex-husband let me use his computer to take beautiful photos, upload photos of my jewelry, because I was going to make a website. And I had taken a photography class so I can take professional photographs of my artwork and my jewelry to sell them. And one time he came to me, he's like, hey, you need to stop using my computer. And I was like, what? You told me I can use your computer to take, to upload the photos, because his computer was better for some reason. I can't remember why. And he's like, yeah, but the computer is like turning it. It wasn't the computer turning itself on. It was like the monitor would turn on and off, or the printer would turn on and off. And so I was like, all right. But when I be in my office, it happened in my office. When I stopped using his computer, it happened. So take that as you will. Nobody has been able to explain to me why. Nobody that's not spiritual. Nobody that's purely skeptic, science, facts only, has ever been able to explain that to me. And there is energy. It might not be to the amount, or, it might not be as we have throughout history think of them. They're not going to do magical things. They're not going to make your dreams come true. They're not going to do the things that some people claim they do. They're just rocks, right? But I mean, matter has energy, right? When I went to my science teacher and I said, is this a bunch of crap? And I showed him. I still have it somewhere, guys. When I find it, I'll show it to you. It got magnetic from me wearing it. Freaked me the heck out. I finally, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, met a lady. I almost like had her be my mentor. I was going to start taking spiritual classes and try to understand some of these things that were happening to me. But I got freaked out because, I don't know, it's a long story. I don't think I was ready. So I still have the book she lent me. And yeah, thanks for listening to me share one of my interests, my hobbies with you. So yeah, I love stones. And I do have like a large honey calcite sphere, which is really pretty in the window. These, if you ever see celestite, I got these in Salem, Mass. In one of the more famous stores. If you're ever in Salem, there is a bookstore there that's famous. Pyramid Books. And I didn't frequent that store as much, but I used to go there. I used to go to I actually lived in Salem years and years and years ago for a short period of time. I actually lived down the street from the House of Seven Gables. Now this is going back like, it's just like 30 years. So I don't know, a long time ago. And I didn't live there very long, but yeah. Isn't this beautiful? So this is a very calming, this celestite, I guess the names of some of these gemstones, because it's very celestial. And there's another, these are very fragile. I just want to, do you see the cracks? I might have dropped these. They might have gotten cracks from our move here to from where I used to live to where I live now. But I tried to wrap all my crystals really well, but this is a soft stone. I don't know what the Mohs hardness is of this. I'll have to look it up. I forget. But yeah, celestite is fragile. You might see another stone called angelite that looks like the color is very similar to this, but it's not translucent. You can't see it. It's much more, you can't see through it. Like this, if I hold it up to the sunlight, it will illuminate it. But angelite is this same stone after it's been compact pressure over the years. So yeah, I'm really excited to share these things with you. If you want, maybe we can do a live and we can do crafts together. That would be fun. And let me turn this around. But I love you guys. Thank you for letting me share that with you. I will see you later, and I hope you're having a wonderful day and take care of yourselves. Bye.